everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout. This is using a page kit that I had put together over a year ago. I actually have two in this baggie, but I'm just going to use one side of it and I'm going to work on this layout. Now, this page kit had a bunch of 6x6 pattern papers and a bunch of embellishments. And that's what I'm going to use to complete this layout. I had pulled 5 or 6 photos. I'm going to settle on 2 of them and I'm going to cut them down because I don't want them to go right across the whole 12 by 12. And then I'm going to work on this layout. I'm also going to go get a black cardstock to mount on the back because I wanted to ground the whole thing. Now, while I'm doing that, I have to say this is at least number 7 that I've done for this recording, like recorded 3 or 4 minutes and then deleted it and restart it. I'm just having a hard time today formulating my words. And I thought, you know what? This video is like 11 minutes. No problemo. I'm going to have that done lickety split in no time at all. But I'm having one heck of a time. So anyway, hopefully I can get through this time. So I went and got the black cardstock. I'm just adjusting my camera here because I noticed that it's still kind of crooked, but we'll just go with it. So I'm going to cut down the photos to, I'm going to keep the 4 inches and I'm going to make it so that it's like 7 or 8 inches long. I went into my stash. I went in, got some shimmers. One of them is an Inklings. The other one is a Textures. And I went and got some templates too, and I'm just going to do a little bit of mixed media on the background, nothing too crazy, just a little bit. And this page, it's been close to a month ago that I've done this page, and I have to say, since I've come back from the crop, I've barely done any pages. I had like a week that I did like 10 pages in a week. I was just scrapping up a storm. And lately I just haven't gone up there at all, except, to organize and to try to, finish my scrap room. But I felt it was kind of okay because I had enough pages to last like 5 weeks. So I'd have 2 pages a week to upload. So it's all good. But I need to get back in there because my pages are kind of running low. But I want to mount the 2 pictures on the black cardstock. So again, I'm going in the center of the cardstock so that I'm not wasting the cardstock. The black and white cardstock is 2 cardstocks that I use over and over again. And when I buy the black or the white cardstock, I have to buy them in packages because that's how fast I go through them. Now, one thing that I need to do in the next year or so is to try to use more different colors so that I can use up some of the cardstock that I have. When I do my room tour, you'll see what I mean. I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I have a ton of cardstock and I need to get this used up. Now, I've added some clear gesso to my page. I could have just added the white gesso because it is on white, but my clear one was nice and close, so I just used that. And it's not as if I'm going to get the page or the cardstock super wet, but I just like to add, I find the colors turn out different when it has gesso. So I have this brush. It almost looks like it has teeth. It's so cool. And it's great for splattering. So I don't even know where I got that paintbrush. I just found it as I was cleaning up. But it makes awesome splatters. So I like using it for that. I just added water to my Inklings and then added some splatters. I used my Tim Holtz heating tool just to dry up the splatters, and now I'm using a Tim Holtz template, which is just like little squares, and I'm going to use my palette knife and I'm just going to add some green textures. I'm just seeing where everything's going to go, and then I'm going to add the textures. And I did that first even before I cut down the pattern papers because this stuff takes a bit of time to dry. So I thought, you know what, just do that stuff, and then you can, actually I think at that point I walk away and let it dry on its own, because it takes an hour or so to dry. I'm going to try with the heat tool for a little bit, but it doesn't dry very well. I'm going to cut down the pattern papers, but once I get this part done, I notice that, okay, it's not dry, so, go downstairs, get some laundry done, get the dishes done, maybe a little bit of vacuuming, and then come back and work on the layout. So I knew that I wanted to use those 3 pattern papers. They were 6 by 6, but I cut it down to, I'd say, about almost 4 inches. And at first I kind of keep them like that, just sort of rectangle. And as you can tell, my cardstock is still wet, so I'm kind of just mimicking what it's going to look like on my mat, and just so I can wrap my head around how my page is going to look. And then I decide, okay, well, I already have this done. I'm 20 minutes into the layout. Now I have to wait for it to dry. So this is the point where I'm going to go downstairs, and when I come back, sometimes it's good to kind of walk away, because it kind of makes you think of different things. So as soon as I come back, you're going to see I'm going to pick up my scissors and I'm going to cut those into banners, which before I even went downstairs, it didn't dawn on me to cut those into banners. But as soon as I came back, I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. Let's cut this into banners. I found some green ink, and that's from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to ink all the edges. But first, I want to add more splatters, because they were kind of hidden behind all that textures. And splatters don't take very long to dry, so I don't mind adding them on once everything, the other stuff is all dry, because it only takes a few minutes. I can take out my heat tool and dry that right up. Now this page took me less than an hour. It was about 45 minutes, and that's pretty fast. Usually my layouts take me between an hour to an hour and a half, and that's if I have between an hour and a half. Usually it's just a little bit over an hour and a half. It's usually, there's quite a bit of mixed media on it, and that's only if I have page kits done. If I have to rummage through and find my pattern papers and find my embellishments, usually it takes me about 2 hours to get a page done, like to get it started from scratch, find my photos. So this is where these page kits are really helping, because every time that I just have like an hour, let's say if I'm waiting for a load of laundry to be done so I can put the next one on, or whatever the case may be, I just have an hour. I can just run upstairs and just get a layout done. So I'm really enjoying my page kits, and I'm running low. I think, well, I did a bunch more when I did crop and create. So I think when I counted yesterday, between the new ones that I got done for the crop and create and the ones that were left over, I have 20. And I have another crop coming up at the end of this month, so I'll be bringing whatever I have left there, but I'm going to do some more page kits here in probably next rotation off, because today's April 4th. I go back to work tomorrow, and it's my extra days, so I work like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I have all of next week off. I have 5 days off, and then I go back next Saturday. So I think next week I'm going to end up doing some page kits for one, for my crop that I'm going to at the end of the month, but also just to have, so that I have it on hand. The last time I went to a crop, I got 10 pages done. So if I have 20 page kits and there was a whole day I got nothing done, and I don't plan on doing that this time. I plan on working all 3 days. I'll probably get close to 15 pages done. So that means that I will not have any pages left for my scrap room. So that when I only have an hour, I can just go up there and scrap. So I want to make sure that I get more pages done. So, but just to get back to this page, I just used the embellishments that I had put with this kit. I'm using my favorite washi tape. It's a black and white stripe. I'm just cutting it down, adding it in 3 of the clusters, and I've cut down the circle in 2, and I'm going to use it, I believe, on a couple spaces on this layout. I'm going to use the cactus, even though there's no cactus. To me, it's somewhere warm, and it means palm trees and cactus, because we have nothing like that around here. So to me, the warmth of, when I go south for us, like in the States, means all that stuff. So it's perfect to use on this layout. I'm going to use a few of those words, and they're puffy stickers, and I absolutely love them. I'm going to put them in 3 areas of the layout, and that's going to complete this layout. I'm just going to add a few enamel dots, and that's going to finish this layout. And I have a close-up of the page, or a picture of the page, and that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And on Friday, I'll have a DIY this week. And I think I'm going to have a video on Saturday, because I did a real-time video today, which I'll upload on Saturday. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye.